Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to remove the starter on your Mazda 6i, which has the 2.3 liter engine. We're going to begin by taking down the underbody cover, which is secured with 10mm bolts. I went ahead and removed some of them already, and I'm just going to show you where those bolts are. With all the bolts out of the way, let's take down the cover and slide it out of the way. Okay, the next part you don't technically have to do, but I find that it's a lot easier to get to the starter if you remove the airbox. So that's what I'm going to do here. I've went ahead and disconnected the MAF sensor, the VAT control valve, and I'm also going to disconnect the vent tube. There are a couple of hoses that are clipped onto the bottom of the accordion tube. I'm going to take those out, and also I'm going to remove the small vacuum hose going to the airbox. Okay, once you have everything out of the way, all you have to do is just pull up on the airbox to lift it out. And before you can take it out completely, remember to unclip the MAF cable. Before we continue, we're going to disconnect the negative terminal on the battery. Very important to do this. Now that we have the battery disconnected, we're going to go ahead and remove the bolts that secure the starter. The first one is on the bottom of the starter. It's a 13mm bolt. Go ahead and use a ratchet to take it out. And the other bolt is actually not a bolt, it's actually a stud. It has a metal bracket on top of it, followed by a nut. Once you have that out of the way, you can go ahead and lift up the metal bracket. That will allow you to get to the stud underneath. Again, it's 13mm, and you will have to use an extension to get at the stud. The next thing is to remove the starter wires. There are two of them. The first one, you have to lift the little plastic tab on the connector and then slide the connector out. The next wire is a little bit trickier because it's covered up by a plastic cap. Here's a better shot of the cap. You can see you have to press one side and then lift it up to expose the nut underneath. Again, this is a 13mm nut. You'll have to use a wrench to get at it. Once that's out of the way, you have to lift up another plastic cap and then take the wire out. Okay, so we have the two bolts out of the way, we have the wires out of the way, and because the starter will be coming down from the bottom, we have to make more room, and we're going to do that by moving this coolant hose out of the way. And we're also going to remove that bracket. That's going to create plenty of room to take the starter out of the bottom. This is a 14mm bolt. Pretty easy to get at, and you just take out the whole bracket. And there you go, there is now plenty of room to take the starter down the bottom. You'll probably have to move some of the hoses and wires out of the way to take the starter out. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more Mazda videos, I got some of them listed right here, or you can go to the website, happywrenching.com. There are more tutorials for you that you can follow, and I will see you next time.